Welcome back to another edition of Special Situations with Investing with Greg. This week I'll be talking about Memorial Day and some of the people that made a difference and made it possible for me to provide this investing channel to you. Check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of my YouTube channel on Special Situations Investing and my personal investing practice. As a quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Any companies that I mention in this presentation are discussed solely for illustrative purposes. Discussing such companies and the specifics about them is to help educate me and educate you about certain special situations. It is not a solicitation to purchase them. I recommend that you conduct your own research and identify why you might want to own the company yourself prior to your committing of any funds. I also recommend that you seek the services of a financial advisor that has considered your personal situation as your fiduciary. And then finally, may your education here grow your knowledge, improve your personal investing performance, and give you the confidence to take control of your future. Thanks a bunch for watching. Now on to the video. In the United States, every year, on the last Monday of May, we celebrate what's called Memorial Day, and this is a time for us to think about those that were veterans that went back and they gave the ultimate sacrifice to provide us with the freedom that we have to do the things that we do. And it's been celebrated ever since about just after the Civil War in the United States, although it wasn't always celebrated on the same day, and it didn't always have the same name. But the interesting thing about Memorial Day is that this is also a time that, at least in my family, where we celebrate not only those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the military, but also those that either served in the military or made some sort of other sacrifice for us and the benefits that we enjoy today. And so I'm just going to kind of go through a list of some of the things that and some of the people that have made a difference and made it possible for me to provide you with this channel today. So first and foremost, think about military members that gave the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that are enjoyed for those that live in the United States. That goes back to family members for me that served in various wars throughout history. One in particular is my grandfather, who served in World War II. And he was a pretty amazing fellow. I remember talking with him a couple of times about how it felt going over there and flying for the Army Air Corps over in Europe. And yeah, he was kind of a romantic and wanted to get back and be with his family during that time. On to just people that have made a difference in my life. I have several generations of families that left Europe during some of the more troubling times in the 1800s and crossed the plains, the Great Plains of North America, in order to be out in the western part of the United States. And I wouldn't live in Idaho if it weren't for the sacrifices that they made in order to cross those plains, and in many cases do it in very, very dire circumstances and without a lot of support or food or even they were in abject poverty, I have to admit. And so, but they were willing to make that sacrifice. For them, it was a religious reason, and that seems to be a common trend through a lot of people's family lines in the United States, is that they came to the United States for religious freedom. Another person that I think really needs to be memorialized during this Memorial Day is Adam Smith. In his treatise on the Wealth of Nations, he made it he helped us understand modern economics and economic theory that has created a lot of the modern economies that we have today. It basically categorized it and canonized how a modern economy operates and functions. And because of Adam Smith, we now have, a lot of the more standardized uses of financial theory and stuff like that. We have working markets because of that. Not to say that there weren't markets before in Dutch and English empires, but the modern economics that we see today, a lot of it has roots in Adam Smith's treatise on the Wealth of Nations. And just a fascinating read if you ever get a chance, you want to do something really nerdy. Any financial mutant probably, or investing mutant probably wants to spend some time look at that. But as a mutant investor, take a look at something like that. It's kind of good to kind of look back and see how keen and how good his understanding was. And so that actually brings me to some of the other people that are more modern. We have, for example, Ben Graham. He was a great example of somebody that spent some time understanding the fundamental analysis of investments and securities. And without his perspective, I don't think we would have a lot of the how shall I say this? That we would not have the confidence in making investments in companies in public markets the way we do today. We also have, at least in the United States, those that developed the SEC back in the Great Depression. If they had not developed the SEC, I don't think that there would be the laws or the regulation that is necessary in order to make the markets somewhat less of a casino and more of an opportunity for those that want to invest and, no kidding, own businesses in the world today. When I think of Ben Graham, I also think of Maurice Schiller. And Maurice Schiller, one of Ben Graham's close to contemporaries, he spent some time looking at into the special situations market. And, that's where we finally arrive to, kind of the stuff that we do here in this investing channel. And Maurice Schiller, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at some of his work, I highly recommend it. Not necessarily because he's going to tell you how to do what we do on this channel, but more because the thought process, again, just like Adam Smith, the thought process that he had in his mind makes a difference on how you think about investing, or at least how I've thought about investing. So we stand on the heads of giants with those people. And then now I'm thinking about people that are living that I still think we should remember because they made a difference for those of us that invest in special situations. For example, one of the best examples is Warren Buffett. He and Charlie Munger, in the early part of their investing career, they spent their time looking at investing in special situations, and they called them workouts, but it was a very similar investing style, and that's what they were looking at. And even today, recently, is the Activision Blizzard video. I spoke a little bit about how Warren Buffett continues to participate in some of those special situations, and he's done that over the years. And to think that he doesn't still do it, I think we kind of kid ourselves, but that's not the main focus of his investing career now, thanks to Charlie. And then finally, we have to admit, I have to admit, how grateful I am for Joel Greenblatt for creating his book, You Can Be a Stock Market Genius. If I'd never read that book, I don't know if I would have started down this path of investing in special situations and learning about spin-offs and all of the other nuanced opportunities out there that exist in the market. Well, anyway, guys, this is my chance to say how much I appreciate those giants that basically the little things that I do on this video or on this channel are very small compared to the things that they did, and talk about a legacy of amazing people. And I get to be a small part of that by creating this tiny little YouTube channel out in a small corner of the internet. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day. Think about some of the people that have made a difference in your life. If they're still alive, make sure that you go out and thank them. And I wish for you good fortune in all of your investments. We'll catch you next week. Thanks so much for watching.